Hi, it's Zhenia, and welcome back to part 2 of things that surprised me while working at Eunogo, K-Beauty edition.
And we did the part 1, which is about plastic surgery edition. So if you have not watched it yet, the video is over there. So please take a look. This time we're going to talk about K-Beauty, including facials and some skincare.
So let's get right into it. K-Beauty, which is Korean beauty, is a multi-billion with a B dollar business. And the reason why is because it works. But K-Beauty has a lot of kind of different parts to it, and it's not just skincare. So I guess the first thing that jumps out at me is that in Korea in general, people start taking care of their skin while they're very, very young, and it's very, very important.
Yeah, I mean, even from the teenager, when you're a teenager, you will just get it from your mom to take care of your skin, and especially the sun protection. I mean, most of the Korean women and men, they go under really heavy sun protection. So it's not just wearing sunscreen, but if you see some people, especially in the summer on the street in South Korea, you will see people like wearing a big umbrella and then also wearing like long sleeves to protect the sun, and then wearing like big hats.
Yeah, or like I've seen the visors that look like, people are in like Daft Punk or something.
Yeah, so sun protection is really big. And then also facials.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say you go do facials when you're a teenager unless you have a big like acne problem. Then starting from college and like mid-20s, especially people start to go to the regular facials and then dermatologist clinics. So there are just so many options in South Korea.
When we're talking about a regular basis in Korea, by the way, it's not like, maybe once every like 6 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. It's like 2 to 3 times a month. And some people go even more often,
like
right?
Every week, yeah.
Which is insane to me. But they can do that, right? Because there's so many clinics.
It's very accessible. So in every town, in your neighborhood, there are at least 3 different skin clinics or aesthetics. You can actually like walk into those places in like 5 minutes. So I've seen many like Korean girls, once they have a breakout, they don't really extract it at home. They will just like run into the dermatologist clinic and then have them take care of it because it's reasonably priced and it's so accessible. So I guess that's a very common scene in South Korea. Wow. And then also like facials as well. You just buy a bulk of package and then you visit once a week or whenever that you can go, and then get some machine facials or massage depending on your skin conditions. So I would say that's quite common.
This is something that also I thought was really, really cool because in general, like having gotten facials in the States, it's not that reliant on technology, right? It's usually maybe some extractions if you need them and products, facial massage. But in Korea, it's very technology oriented. So nobody's really, you can get extractions, but you can have like an aqua peel machine, which is essentially like sucking out all the dead skin.
Yes, it feels really good.
Yeah, it's amazing. If you haven't tried it, you should. But like LED lights, things like that, like things that are very, very results oriented.
Yes, very technology based. So whenever I go visit the clinic, there are always new programs, always new machine. Even not just clinic, for the aesthetics, they will have all the different types of machine. So I think all Korean facial at least include one machine facials on the steps. That's pretty much common. Like aquapeel is like very popular. There's like derma drops and the needleless injection you got, and all the oxygen dome that you got also. There's just so many machine facials in Korea, and I would say the facials are very technology based.
Yeah. Now I want to shift the focus a little bit to something called skin boosters, which I had no idea such a thing existed. Like I'd heard of Botox and fillers, but I'd never heard of skin boosters until I started working for Eunogo. So can you tell us a little bit more about what those are?
Yeah, so skin booster is like the ampules which can get into under your skin layers. and then it's more effective because it's more invasive. Examples of skin boosters can be the Aqua Shine. So the Aqua Shine is injecting hyaluronic acid into your skin, so that makes your skin super hydrated and glowy. And also the NCTF Hyaluron, the Chanel injection. Also, it's kind of an all-in-one skin booster
because it has vitamins and minerals and everything that your skin needs.
Yes. So it's good for skin brightening and glowing, anti-aging, lifting, kind of all
of the above.
Yes, and also the Regenerate Healer is also good, like anti-aging skin booster. So yeah, there are so many kinds, and it's quite popular. People don't do it that often as facial. Probably once in 3 months or once in 6 months is kind of a good time.
Yeah, but it's a very common thing to have done.
I would say so. If you regularly visit dermatologists, then you get like skin booster once in a while.
The next thing I think we should talk about is definitely skincare, which is huge in Korea. One of the things I realized that is quite different from, let's say, Western skincare is that in Korea, there is an emphasis on like natural and botanical ingredients. Yeah. They're all ingredients that have been used for like years. Like it isn't anything new, but it's just, it works really well, and it continues to be ingredients that get used. So like mugwort, Sika, which stands for Centella asiatica. But in Korea it's Sika. So if you could tell us more about that.
That's absolutely true. So Korean people don't really like something like super chemical and super aggressive on your skin. So those ingredients like aloe vera, like Sika, mugwort, those natural ingredients are getting more and more popular. And then also if Korean people really want to have some more stronger effect, and they will just go to like clinics to get like injections or some kind of skin booster done. But at home, I think most Korean people prefer some natural ingredient, something really mild and gentle for your skin. So I guess that really reflects on the K-beauty industry. If you look at all the product, most of the products are very like natural and mild and gentle compared to the Western products.
The other thing that I have to kind of toot our Eunogo horn a little bit about is that I did not know about this trend until I started working at Eunogo, and Joy did a video for it. It's called Glass Skin, which is the look that you would have from using skincare that allows your skin to like glow from the inside out. And Joy made a video that has, I think last time
right there.
Well, last time I looked, I think it had like over 160,000 views on YouTube, which says a lot because it's a very popular trend, but I think it's a trend that's here to stay because it really makes your face look very healthy and glowing.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Many people think it's just, if you have an oily skin, that's a glass skin, but that's not true. It's more the natural glow and radiance, and it kind of looks effortless, but it's a lot of effort because you have to constantly follow. So if you look at the video, I did like 10 steps or something. So you have to constantly follow the steps for regular time, not just once, to achieve the glass skin. I mean, if I just mention a little bit more about the makeup side, because when I see the Western like ideal makeup, it's more matte, and then more like shading, a lot of colors, contouring. And then Korean K-beauty is way more natural. Almost looks like you're not wearing a makeup, but then so it kind of looks effortless, but then it takes a lot of effort underneath.
Right. Well, I was going to say, because I feel like the Korean aesthetic for makeup is like, if you've already made all this effort, right, to like use the product and get the facials and get the boosters, like, why would you cover it all up? You should show it to the world. So I feel like there's quite a bit of emphasis more on, like you said, that natural look.
So that pretty much summarized the Korean glass skin. Kind of an effortless look, but a lot of effort.
It's almost like when you see like the duck swimming and it looks effortless. Underneath the feet are going like this. So but I think it's so cool. And the only thing I have to say is thank you, Joy, for joining me.
You're very welcome. My pleasure.
And if anybody has any more questions or comments for us, you can leave them below.
And please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Eunogo channel. See you next time. Thank you.
Bye.